as you think about what the Browns need to get done in camp, what do we need to see fan-wise? I'll talk to the fans. If we see this, you'll feel better about them early in camp.
Better about the Browns or better
better
Sean?
About the Browns. Just better about the Browns. What do we need to see from the Browns early in training camp so fans can go, all right, they're going in the right direction?
I think we've already seen it. I think that's Kevin Stefanski's offense just being different than it was last year. I think last year it was way too vanilla, and maybe it's because of Deshaun Watson, the quarterback that he is, that things have changed, and that's great. But they needed to revamp that offense. They needed to overhaul it. And I think that that's exactly what they've done, which is what they needed to do. So I think you've already seen it. You've seen a lot of misdirection. You've seen a lot of, different formations, different guys in different personnel groupings. It's already looking a lot better and a lot more dynamic than it has. So I don't think there's much else that they need to see at this point to be convinced that things are going to be different.
Yeah, you do mention that. And I know you've been out at camp and mini camp, and we haven't seen a whole lot in training camp yet. What is eye-opening about what they do or what they have done in what limited things that we've seen offensively?
I think it's the option. I think that they've run a lot of option football. They've kind of used Deshaun Watson's ability of mobility to kind of use as a. I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to use it all the time, but put themselves in a pistol formation where with a guy to your right and a guy behind you and play a little triple option football. It throws defenses off. It has worked at the professional level. Maybe it's not as not as great at the professional level because you haven't had that many mobile quarterbacks. But it works for a guy like Lamar Jackson. Could definitely work for a guy like Deshaun. I think Deshaun's 3 times a better passer than Lamar Jackson is. So I love the option football. The misdirection. That's what I'm talking about. Your play action booting one way, and then the guy comes back from the other side and becomes an option, pitch option guy. There's a lot of different formations and ways to use that, and I love it. I think it's genius, and I think it's what Kevin Stefanski really needed to do with this offense.
Yeah, you mentioned the pistol formation, so that's shotgun formation, running back behind. Mm-hmm. The Texans used some RPOs with him, where it's the run pass option. Could you see that? And when that happens, you're screaming tight ends over the middle.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're looking for. That's exactly what they want. They want the RPOs. They want the run pass options. I mean, they have a ton of stuff that they can do with the run pass option. I mean, they have 2 great running backs, one of which can catch really well out of the backfield, the other which is still serviceable. You have a quarterback that can move. You have that's really what you need. Defensive lines are going to be guessing all day long. What are they throwing at us? What are they going to do? You're kind of in a. By doing that, you're kind of proving a defensive line unable to fully commit to stopping the run, fully commit to stopping the pass. Like you're kind of keeping them, keeping their hands not as tough in the dirt. Like, they say like when you're pushing down. Oh, sorry. When you're pushing down here, you can see, somebody if they're really trying to get forward. You're going to kind of have to keep them in that middle balanced state. So that's exactly what they're trying to do, to try to keep these guys guessing on the defensive end of the football.
Yeah, and to play off the other thing that you said there, if you have a defensive line that can't commit to the run, can't commit to the pass, same thing with the linebackers. Think about Kareem Hunt, think about Nick Chubb, the way they run over guys. If you're not fully committed coming downhill at them, they're going to run you over a good percentage of the time.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly what they want. And, if you have them guessing, that's great. As an offensive line, you feel like, man, they don't know what's coming. We're going to, we're able to steamroll them. Or they think the pass is coming. They're going to come hard. Well, guess what? We're going to, we're going to let them kind of olay and get through that, get to where they're not filling their gaps. I mean, it's a great thing, and it's exactly what the Browns need.